Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the 26th day of October. It is Tuesday. It's going on a little after 11 in the morning. I just got back from having my CAT scan of my lungs, and I'm praying that, that it is clear or whatever. There's got to be something. I don't want to claim anything because of still having some of the breathing problems that I'm suffering from. But today, I want to talk to you about something that happened when I was in intensive care. And I haven't spoken about this to anybody. It's just very difficult for me to talk about because I don't know what it was. Um, I don't ever claim what happened was a vision. I just don't know. So I'm going to explain to you all what happened, and hopefully, you know, you could make sense of it one way or the other. But when I was in intensive care, I was having some pretty horrific dreams. They were bad, real bad. But I want to talk about one in particular, one that how can I explain this? It's just okay. It was to the point that it was so real. I didn't know if I was in reality or if I was dreaming. There was about 8 or 9 of these dreams, but I'm going to tell you about one in particular that was the one that stuck out the most in my mind, and that's what I'm going to tell you about today. This dream was about a global war like I've never seen before. I mean, we all know what World War II, there was a lot of countries involved in that. And World War One, there was a lot of countries involved in that. But the other wars, Korea, there was a lot of countries involved in that. But this was a global, meaning every nation that had any type of Air Force, Navy, ground troops, was involved in this conflict. If they had even, a few ships, a few planes or whatever, they were involved. This was truly a global conflict that I was witnessing. Now, I was there, but it was like I was there, but it was like I was sitting back. I knew I couldn't get hurt, but I was still there. I was almost like I was watching this in real time, not on a television or on a movie screen. Everything was 3 dimensional. I was there. And you could literally smell the explosions. When an explosion via artillery or they're using C4 with cordite, whatever, there's an odor you can smell. It's sometimes likened to sulfur type of odor. You could smell these explosions. You could smell that explosive, charge that was within these artillery pieces that were going off. I seen men being blown to literally bits. I could not wake up. No matter, if I tried or whatever, I was there. And it scared me. Like, I haven't even told my mother about this. I told her I had some really bad dreams, and she asked me, and I told her I didn't want to talk about them. But I felt that I needed to talk about this particular one. Now, I'm not saying this was a vision. I don't know. I just don't know. But I can tell you this, I've had nightmares in my life. We all have. Everybody has. This was not that. This was something completely different. You could feel the hate in the air. You could feel the animosity. You could feel the wickedness, the wrath of men against men, wanting to kill, wanting to maim, wanting to conquer. You could almost, I don't want to say taste it, but you could feel that permeating all through the air wherever I was at. I mean, I know it was on Earth because it looked like what Earth looks like. I wasn't on some Mars or something like that. But tanks, airplanes, just the sky full of bombers to the point that it darkened the sun. I mean, they were just a plethora of aircraft just flying and bombing and just a myriad of explosions going off all over the place. It was absolutely horrific. And I mean, in every sense of the word, it was horrific, and it bothered me bad. I did not sleep for 48 hours after I woke up from that particular whatever it was. I couldn't go back to sleep. I was too afraid that I was going to go back to that. I seen the horror on men's faces. I could literally almost feel the agony that they were suffering from. The arms being blown off, legs being blown off, men there 1 minute, an artillery shell, they're gone, just bits, gone, nothing but a hole. That is what I witnessed, and I witnessed this on a global scale to the point that it was just so vast and so immense that it was just as far as the eye could see. It was almost like I had vision for hundreds of miles, that I could see this just taking place all about. I don't know. I don't know what I saw. I know what I saw, but I don't know what that is that I saw. No happiness, no joy, agony, just bitterness. There was an air of hatred, as I said. You could literally feel the hatred in the air. It was terrible, my friends. It was terrifying, literally terrifying. And I cannot emphasize enough of how real this actually was. I could touch, I could feel, I could breathe, I could smell, I could see smoke in my eyes. This was, I know it wasn't real, but I don't know. I don't know what it was I saw. I deep down, I kind of have an idea of what it was I saw. But I don't know. It bothered me and it still bothers me to this day. When I go and lay down at night, I can't escape those visions in my head. I probably never will, as long as I live, ever escape what I saw that night in intensive care. I know some people might say, well, you had fever dreams, this or that. I didn't have any fever, folks, with COVID. That is the only symptom. One time I got up to 99 point something, but I never had a fever per se, ever. That is probably the only symptom I did not have with COVID. Remember, I had COVID pneumonia. Okay, the COVID was COVID, but it attacked my lungs. That was what it really went after. Now, I had a bad headache, body aches. I had all that too, but I never had a fever. And I know people are probably thinking fever dream, because it's what I was thinking for a bit. But then I thought, well, you never had a fever, But the only thing I can continue to say is I was there. I know I wasn't, but I was. I don't know how to explain it. If that is the future of this world. It's terrible. Now, I know there's people out here that's not going to believe a word that I'm saying. I get that. I do. I really do. I get it. But I can't. I mean, it happened. It happened. And if you don't believe me, that's fine. I mean, it's okay. I'm not going to get upset or aggravated or whatever. It's fine. I know what happened, and I don't make stories up. And I surely would never, ever do this, and especially come on to YouTube and do this. But I wanted to share this with you all because I was hoping that somebody might pray and maybe have an answer or something. I don't know. Something. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. There was a lot more involved in it, but I don't really want to go into any more because it really was, and it still bothers me so bad. But that's basically the gist of what happened. So anyways, God bless each and every one of you. I'm sorry for my dogs. They're over there growling at each other. I've tried to keep them quiet. I don't know how many times, but they're just not going to stop. It is what it is. So I hope it doesn't come up too bad on here. God bless you all. Take care. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.